This was for you. This is one thing. Okay, great. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much to our panelists, Kendall, James, and Scott, and Padge is the moderator. Please, a round of applause for our panelists. That was very informative. Highlights just some of the work opportunities ahead of us with those ITCs. Certainly exciting times for our members, and we look forward to signing MOUs and PLAs with those proponents who are going to access the ITCs and build their projects with our labor. It's my pleasure now to introduce the chairman, who's going to introduce our next speaker.
Thanks, Sean. Our next speaker is Rob Vosseler of Union Power. As principal broker and designated individual, Rob is responsible to the Canadian insurance brokers regulators for his actions and conduct and all licensed brokers employed by Union Power insurance brokers. And he also serves as a senior vice president. Now, yesterday we talked about our political force, our collective political force and power, and it was mentioned just this morning, actually. This kind of speaks to our economic force. And when we started this program, we always knew that the building trades collectively had much economic force. And this just proves it in what we're able to do with this program. And our members have proved it time and time again. I'd like to introduce Rob Vosseler. Good luck.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for having me. Thank you, Robert, for the kind introduction, and a special thanks to Sean Strickland, his team, and the executive board for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about Union Power Insurance Brokers this morning. Go quickly through the agenda. Spend the next 10 minutes giving you an overview on what we are, who we are, provide an update on our home and auto insurance program for your members, talk a little bit about member experience and our Google reviews, give you a brief overview of our business insurance program for union locals, training centers, trustee boards, and councils. Last but not least, as I always do, I'll finish up with a couple of good insurance tips. Okay, so what are we? Who are we? We are licensed independent insurance brokers. We're professional advisors and risk managers. We work for you, the Canadian building trades, your members, business managers, not the insurers we represent. And that's an important point. If your local or your union deals with a bank for home and auto insurance, you're dealing with a single provider, one-trick pony. When a claim goes off the rail, and believe me, sometimes they do, you or your member will be dealing with an agent who works for the insurance company. Whose best interest do you think that agent has in mind? Your members on the claim, or his employer or her employer? The answer, of course, is obvious. If you deal with us, or another broker to be fair, you're dealing with a professional that is in your corner, your member's corner, when things go sideways. You can count on us, you can count on our team. And what types of things do we insure? You name it, really. Personal insurance, home, auto, motorcycles, boats, cottages, rented dwellings, home business, personal cyber and pet insurance. On business, union operations, directors and officers, professional and trustee liability, business vehicles, be it a single auto, trailer, or a fleet, employment practices, and of course, cyber. So how many insurance companies do we represent? We're actually pretty proud of that. A whole bunch of them. Unlike TD Insurance or RBC, who only sell one product line, we as brokers deal with many insurers. No different than your mortgage broker who deals with many banks and credit unions looking for the best deal. But it's not just about price, it's about options, choice, and tricky things to insure. Be it a classic car, custom trailer, log home, rented dwelling, beautiful Harley-Davidson, or a 38-foot cabin trailer, we insure it. Take Trent's beautiful trailer out back. We insure that trailer. Do you think TD is going to insure that for you? I doubt it. Okay, switching gears a bit, give you an update on the home and auto insurance program. 2023 was a record year for Union Power, in a good way and a not so good way. First, the good, We grew at an astonishing rate, now approaching 19,000 policies. That represents about 10,000 union households. Customer retention is industry leading at around 95%. Industry average, by the way, is about 85%. Average household savings, people always ask me, what's the average? It's hard to ascertain, but I'll tell you, most people don't switch for a few bucks. The average savings, I would estimate, is about $500 per year, but it really depends on what you're insuring. If it's one car, 5 cars, we consistently hear people saving over $1,000, sometimes $2,000 per year, and that adds up quick, and people these days need it. You guys all know that. In short, your members continue to switch to Union Power because of the premium savings, and they stay with us because of our service levels. And I'll talk about those in a moment. 2023 was tough from a claims perspective, not just with us, Union Power, but industry-wide, driven by inflation, catastrophes, supply chain challenges, all the usual bad guys. Claims incurred by the program were just over $32 million. Compared to 2022, we incurred 18.5. But guess what? That's what we're here for. We're here to pay claims. We're here to get your members back to a normal life after a nasty house fire or a bad car accident. As you can see on the slide, our 2 largest claims in 2023 were house fires. These 2 claims alone are right now reserved at $2.5 million. Of course, everyone here knows about vehicle theft. It's out of control in Canada. And I gotta tell you, as a driver, and I buy insurance myself, obviously, I cannot help but wonder what took so long for governments and police forces to finally pay attention to this problem. All they had to do is look. They just found 600 stolen vehicles in the Port of Montreal. It's astonishing. As an aside, we believe manufacturers, there should be more onus on manufacturers to make vehicles that are not so easy to steal. Sure, our insurance companies will replace your truck, your car, not a problem. But sooner or later, those costs get passed on to consumers. So something's got to be done on vehicle theft. I know they're trying now, and that's good news. Now, vehicle theft have had a greater impact on Union Power than the industry. Industry average per claim is about $18,000. Our average on vehicle thefts last year was $30,000 plus. Why is that? It's actually pretty easy and common sense. Your members love to drive nice pickup trucks. And those pickup trucks are stolen by the thousands. And, of course, they're expensive to replace. My last point on this slide, this program is about helping your members first and foremost. That's key. However, like most or pretty much all such group programs that exist across the country, they generate funds for the group sponsor. And by sponsor, I mean CBTU and its affiliates. In 2023, the program generated well over $800,000, and then in 2022 was close to $700,000. To put that in perspective, when my now mostly retired former partner Johnny Mitchell was up here in 2016, I believe it was, he presented a check for $14,000 to Bob Blakely. So we've come a long way thanks to you guys and your members. So I want to thank every one of you in this room who's supported us. Thank you. Thanks. Spent a little bit of time about our Google reviews. We're exceptionally proud of these numbers. They're actually stunning. When I had the privilege to presenting to you last year, our Google reviews were at 406 at 4.9 star. I drafted these slides last week and checked it, of course, it was 704 last week. This morning I checked it, 711, 4.9 star. It's going to be hard to find another insurance broker in Canada with that kind of a Google presence. So I just want to read a couple of these. And these are not cherry-picked. There are hundreds of them online. We have been clients of Union Power for a few years now and have nothing but great things to say about them. Union Power insurance brokers are great to deal with. Their customer service is excellent. Excellent company, customer service and best rates. I'm saving a couple thousand per year. I wish I had switched sooner. We are new clients of Union Power and so far are very pleased with the customer service. I just switched to Union Power and Chantal was great to deal with. Very friendly, thorough with coverages and premiums. Very happy with my decision to switch. Great customer service and prices, thanks. Now, what jumps off the page for me here is the service. Everyone always thinks, oh yeah, these guys have good rates, but it's also about service. When you have a claim or when you have a question, whether it's your son or daughter getting a license, we're here to help you. That's what we do. When you call us, you get a human being in under 2 minutes. Yes, we do have to take messages, and yes, we prioritize return calls by how urgent and time-sensitive the matter is. But our broker's going to be here for you. You're not going to be in some endless phone game telling you to go to a website to get your own help. What's my point here? If you're a business manager, and I know many of you have this exact thought, you think to yourself, insurance? No thanks. I don't need that headache. Got enough on my plate, and you do. I get it. But if that's you, consider this. Union Power is a benefit that your members deserve to know about. It's not a hard sell. We're not pushy. We're not out to take advantage. We simply offer a free policy review, professional advice, highly competitive rates, and we'll be there for your members when they need us, rest assured. Further, if you're a business manager and you think to yourself, we already have a program with an insurance partner, be it TD Insurance, be it Hub, another provider, why add another? Why? Because your members deserve choice and options. Because when an insurance company compete for union members, it's the members who win. Take OTIP, for example, the largest, most successful union program in Canada for Ontario teachers. Ontario teachers members get 5 choices, and the program's doing awesome. Next slide. Real quick, I want to talk about insurance for union locals. Of course, many of you know we do that, one of the best providers in the country, I'm proud to say. First of all, if you're already insured with us, I want to sincerely thank you for your business. Know that we're providing you with best-in-class insurance protection. Our job's simple. We tell you what you should buy and why, and you, the business manager or financial secretary, can decide whether or not you want to buy a policy or you want to roll the dice and hope it won't happen to you. Either way, know this. We'll give you a free review, free quote, no pressure, and you'll learn something new, I guarantee it. Here's some of the stuff we offer. Union operations, including liabilities arising out of picket and lockouts. That's rare. Property, including business interruption, extra expense. Libel and slander for unions. That's rare. Directors and officers, employment practices, training errors and omissions, trustee fiduciary liability, crime, including insider theft, embezzlement, cyber, including ransomware, privacy breach, social engineering. Let me be clear again, it's not our desire to sell you coverage you don't need or want, not even a bit. However, as a licensed professional insurance broker, it is our legal, regulatory, and ethical duty to ensure you, the business manager, our potential or actual client, have a crystal clear understanding what is and isn't covered when you buy insurance from us. So I'm going to go over a couple of examples real quick. If you're a business manager, ask yourself, would I be covered here? Your office burns to the ground and you need to rent a new temporary location. Your monthly expenses go from 10 grand to 30 grand. Will the extra 20 grand in expense be covered? You sure? Several of your office workers quit at the same time and allege a toxic work environment, including bullying, and launch an action against you. You covered? You sure about that? Late one night, you decide to post something nasty about an individual or a contractor on a social media platform and you get sued for tens of millions in lost business opportunities. Are you covered for that? You sure? One morning, you log into your system, you've been hacked, system's locked, ransom is demanded, members' personal info has been leaked on the dark web, the damage is in the hundreds of thousands. These cyber claims are brutal. Are you covered fully? Key questions. Folks, we're here to help, free of charge. Ask us, and if you decide not to switch to Union Power, no hard feelings. Maybe you will next year. Last but not least, I'll finish with a couple tips. These usually go over pretty well. So first, for you boaters out there, did you know that the maximum legal limit payable to third parties after a boating accident has jumped from 1.5 million to 2.25 million? Check your boat policy. If it's at 1 million, you need to buy 3. And or an umbrella. We, of course, offer all of that. And, you know, if God forbid you hit a swimmer and you get sued for, 2.25 million and you don't have enough limits, they will take your assets that you've worked so hard for. So check your boat policy if that applies to you. Last, auto policies come with a waiver of depreciation for new vehicles. In short, if the vehicle is destroyed or stolen and not found, and it's relatively new, This coverage allows you to get a new car, even though the stolen car was a year and a half old, say. Union Power just introduced a 5-year waiver of depreciation. That's pretty rare in the industry. 5 years is awesome. Check your policy. If you don't have 5 years, you should. That's all, folks. Thank you very much indeed.